Hi guys, thank you for joining me. Please excuse the sunshine streaming in. It's not making the picture very good, or the video should I say. Tumble dryer's going in the background, not sure if you can hear that. Anyway, so today we are making a curry using leftovers. So Sunday had roast chicken and the chicken was £2.99. It was a pre-cooked chicken, which I've never bought in my entire life, but it was in the reduction section for £2.99. So before I bought it, I read the back of the pack. You could freeze it, defrost it, and then cook it in the oven for an hour, which I did. So I had roast dinner with that on Sunday, and I have had a couple of chicken sandwiches out of it as well. We've still got a fair bit of meat on that carcass. And of course you can do lots of things with the chicken carcass. You can boil that up to make stock that you could freeze. You could of course make soup, but we're making a curry today. Now, a couple of different things that I use when I make a curry, but I do have in the cupboard a tin of coconut milk and these Patak's korma paste pots. So I do tend to use little pots like that, and either coconut milk or perhaps creme fraiche sometimes, or yeah, you could even use fresh cream. Totally depends. So we are using today chicken. I've got an onion there, a bit of leftover broccoli, and I've got 2 carrots left in the bag. And I've also got some of this chilled broccoli cheese that I bought. I'm going to throw that in as well. I have been known to throw potatoes in. If I've got leftover roast potatoes, I chop those up as well. So I'm going to cook off the carrots and the broccoli. I'm not going to put the broccoli heads in to begin with. I'm going to use the stalk because it tastes the same as broccoli and people don't eat it, but you actually can. So I'm going to peel that, chop that up, and cook that with the carrots first of all. So I have stripped the chicken, put that into a bowl. That's what's left of the bones. Like I say, you can of course boil those up and make a stock or a soup as you wish. Also, you can do this with any meat. The last time I made a curry like this was with beef that I had left over from a roast dinner, which I cubed up. I think that was just after Christmas. So I've got an onion softening. Didn't really want it to go brown, but I was stripping the chicken, so I was not stirring it as much as I should have done. And then in the saucepan I have got the carrots and the broccoli stalk. I'm just about to add the broccoli florets. I'm just going to cut those up now and pop those in just for 10 minutes. Okay, so we've cooked off our broccoli stalks and our carrots. So I brought those up to the boil. And then as I turned down to simmer, I added in the heads of the broccoli. Okay. Brought it back up to the boil and then simmered for 10 minutes. So we are then going to add in our leftover broccoli cheese. And of course you can use whatever vegetables you've got left, whether they be cooked or you've just got a few things, like I had the couple of carrots left. So whether it's leftover vegetables or a few bits of veg you've got left in the fridge that you want to use up, and again whatever meat you have or you want to use up. And as I explained, I've done this before with beef, I've done it before with pork. Always be careful, especially with the chicken, any bigger bits, try and cube it up so you've got a knife going through it, because you need to be careful of small bones. So I'm going to pop in the cooked chicken. And you can see we've already got a substantial amount of food there. So we're going to give that a stir around. And you may find that the broccoli breaks up, but that's absolutely fine if it's in smaller pieces. And then we're going to pop in our curry paste. You could of course be using a jar of curry sauce. It's whatever you prefer. Like I said, I do tend to use these pots, but I do like the katsu curry mix in a jar that Sainsbury's do. I do really like that. So get as much in there as you can. So I just want to get off what I can from the spoon. And then I want to coat as much as I can of the veg in that curry paste. Give it a good stir. You can season, you could put a bit of garlic in here if you wanted to. You could use more, you could just use onion and peas if you've got peas in the freezer. I always use frozen peas rather than peas in a tin. So you could just do a couple of onions and a big handful of peas with your meat. Just whatever you've got. So once that's all coated, then I'm going to add in the coconut milk. So I think you're looking at, I think this is 79 or 76p in Sainsbury's. Of course it's going to be cheaper in Aldi or Lidl, but my Aldi, I think I might have mentioned, is shut for refurbishment. And those are the only two supermarkets in my area. So again, give that a stir through. We want to turn the heat up now. So we want to bring this up to the boil. And then I'm just going to simmer it to let the flavour get all over the meat and veg. And I tend to, of course you can serve it with rice if you've got rice, but I've been off rice lately. And I've been serving curries just with naan breads. But I'm always pretty lucky to be able to pick up some naan breads with yellow stickers on them. But I'm not having this for dinner today. This is being cooked just to freeze. So it's just a batch cook there. And if I can just grab and show you. When I'm doing a Thai curry, I always use that paste and a tin of coconut milk. And the other curry sauce that I use is the katsu curry in a jar from Sainsbury's. So that's coming up to the boil now. So I'm just going to turn that down to a very low heat, and I'm going to let that simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then we can put it in our pots, let it cool down, ready for the freezer. Steaming hot, just taken off of the heat, and there is the leftover chicken and vegetable curry ready to be portioned up and cooled down before popping in the freezer. So I've divided that into 3 generous size portions. Obviously, as I said previously, I won't have it with rice, I'll have it with a naan bread most probably. That's how I prefer it these days. But I hope it's inspired you that you can make a fairly quick, simple and cheap dinner with your leftover meat and veg as well. Coconut milk, as I said, it's either 76 or 79p from Sainsbury's, but of course will be cheaper at other supermarkets, I'm sure. And the curry paste that I showed you, I think it's round about £1.50, and that comes with 2 pots of paste. So you're going to get 2 curries out of that. So maybe about £1.50 for the coconut milk and the curry paste. and everything else was already in the house. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget, any likes, comments or recipe ideas that you may have, drop them in the comments. All would be greatly appreciated, along with your subscription if you like my content. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.